Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of ChargePoint, ticker symbol CHPT. And I will also be going over Luminar Technologies, ticker symbol LAZR. But to start with ChargePoint, it had a great day on Friday, going up 5.69% on the day with a closing price at $2.23, which is right above this orange level that I've drawn at $2.22 based on the high of December 4th, and also looking like there is some consolidation above that level, suggesting that it might be resistance. So hopefully in the week ahead, we can continue higher, potentially closing above the next level that I have drawn at $2.42 based on, let's see, the high of December 13th. However, I should caution that for next week, the max pain for ChargePoint is $2. So it's quite possible there will be a pullback, so good to be cautious of that. And then looking forward to the week after, max pain actually goes up to $4, and that is for the monthly options expiration. So we will have to see what happens not only next week, but the following week. It's quite possible we could get some discounted price action and then a rally up, or, we might actually close below these levels. So something to consider with that. But anyways, back to the chart. It does look like the price bounced at a level of $2.03, which was the low on January 3rd and January 4th. Which I think is pretty interesting. I imagine there were a lot of people wanting orders to be filled right at $2, but that didn't happen. So actually, and this came up during a live stream, that it, when waiting for an even number like $2, in case it doesn't get hit, it might be good to place an order, half an order at $2.05, and then the other half at $1.95, which is this white line that I have drawn here, which is based on the low of November 17th. But anyways, other things that I want to point out, just the volume profile here. It looks like this volume shelf, which is really, based on all this consolidation over here, that did serve as support, and we did see price action moving up following these 3 trading days down at those levels. Also, I want to throw up the moving averages, as it does look like the 21-day moving average, the peach-colored line, is getting close to crossing over the 50-day moving average, the yellow line. And so if that happens, that would be a bullish indicator, although it is a lagging indicator, so good to note that. But if we do look back on the chart, when we look at the top, let's see right here on looks like in July, the 50-day moving, the 21-day moving average crossed below the 50-day average, which is a bearish indicator. And following that, that was when price was around $8 a share. Price has since come down quite a lot. So I do think that those moving averages are useful indicators to be considered. And then also, since we did see this big move up on the Friday, on January 5th, I do want to go over to the weekly chart just to look at that candle for the week. It actually looks like it's a bullish hammer candle. We did get this big wick or tail of the candle coming down, and closing above that suggests that buyers are stepping in below $2.22. So I do think that is important to keep in mind. And so hopefully moving into the coming week, we can keep the momentum moving higher, close the week above $2, well above $2, but it's quite possible we will return to this red line, so good to be cautious of that. And then moving on to Luminar, also having a bullish day on Friday, January 5th, with a close at $3.27, up nearly 8% on the day, being 7.92% up. So I think that's great to see. It does look like approximately $3 served as support, where I have this red dashed line. We did close below it one day, which would be January 3rd, but the day after that we did close above. Closing at a price of, let's see, $3.03. So I do think that's really good. And on that day, we saw a low of $2.89, which is nearly filling this gap at $2.87. However, if we do switch over to the hourly time frame, we can see that during the pre-market, over here, during the pre-market on January 4th, we did get a couple tails of candles going below that $2.87 line. So that gap and the pre-market time scale, was filled. So I do think that is great news there. And let's see. Also looking at the chart, good to consider the volume profile here as well. And it does look like, we kind of got saved by going into this gap area here when there was this big candle up on December 13th. On the day it moved up almost 16%. So it is quite possible that we will be returning to below $2.87. However, I do think that there's a lot of bullish stuff going on as far as the chart goes. And if we do look over at max pain for LAZR, we can see that it is $3 for this coming week, closing the week on January 12th. And so that is a pullback, but not to the extent of going below this gap. But, it is something to be considerate of, that there could be a pullback, there could be more buying opportunities around $3, so no need to chase. However, looking at the following max pain for the week or monthly close of January 19th for monthly contracts, the max pain is $7.50, which is crazy because price is only at $3.27. It'd have to go up considerably to hit those levels. But, if we do look at the moving averages, it actually looks like the 21-day moving average has already crossed over the 50-day moving average. So that is a bullish indicator. So that could suggest that we may be closing well above max pain, well above $3 for next Friday. And that could trigger a gamma squeeze that could result in prices going up to $7.50, which would be right around this level, corresponding to, some of the highs that are over here. So I'm just going to put a line there, just approximately that level. But we do have other levels to break above before then, such as $4 a share, just being a psychological level. So, we'll have to see. Does that happen next week or the week after that? Hopefully that would be great. But I think that we have a lot of other levels to be getting above, such as the highs here that were right around, $3.69. So that is a level to keep in mind. We want to see closes above that in the coming trading days to really show strength so we can get to reaching these higher levels like $4, $5, $7.50, and at some point above. And so, those are my thoughts on ChargePoint and Luminar. If you found them helpful, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching.